The night was unnaturally quiet as the moon bathed the historic grounds of the Alamo in a cold, silver light. The ancient stone walls, once soaked in the blood of soldiers, stood silent, yet seemed to whisper tales of an old, relentless battle. Tourists had long departed, leaving behind an eerie emptiness as the shadows deepened, taking ominous forms. As midnight approached, a faint, chilling breeze stirred the dry leaves, and the oppressive silence was shattered by the distant sound of a military bugle, a sound that had not been heard in over a century. Through the heavy darkness, ghostly figures began to materialize, their spectral forms flickering like the flame of a candle in the wind. In tattered uniforms, they appeared, soldiers from both sides of the infamous battle. Some bore blood-stained bandages, others limped or clutched at invisible wounds, and all wore expressions of eternal torment. One was the first to see them, a caretaker with a deep passion for the Alamo's history. His nightly rounds had always brought with them a sense of reverence, but this night, it brought only horror. As he rounded the corner of the main chapel, he froze, his flashlight trembling in his grip. There, at the foot of the ancient structure, stood a spectral regiment of Spanish soldiers, their helmets glinting under the moon's gaze. At first, one thought he was dreaming, but the cold air and the palpable feeling of dread confirmed his fears. The apparitions moved in eerie procession, seemingly unaware of Juan's presence. They walked soundlessly, their feet not quite touching the ground, as if forever marching towards an unreachable goal. Juan's heart raced as he watched in morbid fascination, too terrified to move or even breathe. Then, without warning, the bugle sounded again, louder this time, its haunting notes echoing through the empty grounds. From the other side of the courtyard, another group of phantoms appeared, this time Texan defenders. The two spectral armies faced each other, the air between them thick with unresolved anguish and rage. They charged, clashing in a silent reenactment of the brutal battle, their ghostly swords and bayonets passing through each other without sound. In the ghostly melee, faces contorted with pain, some soldiers fell to the ground where they dissolved into shadows, only to rise again moments later, trapped in an endless loop of the past. One watched, paralyzed by the horrifying scene. He knew he was witnessing the restless spirits of history, bound eternally to the site of their demise. As dawn approached, the specters began to fade, swallowed by the first light of morning. The grounds fell silent once more, leaving one alone with his racing heart and the chilling memory of the haunted night. A night when the past bled seamlessly into the present in the form of ghostly soldiers at the Alamo.